Hello and welcome to a very special week on the channel. This week we are going to be checking out all of the cars that possess the Skyline GTR name and seeing do they live up to the iconic legacy in Gran Turismo 7. So this week we are checking out the Nissan Skyline GTR R32, 33, 34 as well as a 35. So if this is something you are interested in, well, hit that subscribe button, put post notifications on so you don't miss out on any of the future uploads. So with all this being said, let's begin with the oldest of the bunch, the Nissan Skyline R32. Now when you first get behind the wheel of the Skyline R32, well, you are going to be greeted with a very responsive steering. And now when it comes to power, the car is not lacking. The car has 306 brake horsepower stock, put to the ground through an all-wheel drive system which is paired with sports hard tires. Now the tires are absolutely perfect for the power range that the vehicle produces, because with sports hard tires they allow the vehicle to have a lot of grip but still allow the vehicle to have some slippage. Now that slippage is understeer, but it still allows you to still somewhat get a slide on in a standard R32. Now something that you will notice if you do go over curbs or if you do try and take corners sharply is the amount of body roll that the vehicle produces. Now it has a very soft suspension standard and it's not good. Now that's really the biggest downfall when it comes to the standard R32, is the suspension in game is very all over the place. It's a very floppy system. It is not stiff, it is just very boaty, if I must be honest with you. Now when it does come to braking, the braking system is quite adequate, because when you need to brake, okay, it is not like, oh my word, you're gonna stop on a dime, but it will slow you down in time for a corner. But as you can see from the way the body moves, the biggest issue, as I said, has to be the suspension. So if you are thinking about customizing the vehicle, do be prepared to spend well over 200,000 credits in Gran Turismo 7, because that's the going rate to fully upgrade this vehicle. So if I had to pick something to improve, the main thing is going to be that suspension. So let's just head on straight over to the tuning shop and let me show you how much you are actually going to purchase to make this car absolutely insane. On screen now I'm going to slowly take you through the parts that I have purchased. Now you will see they actually have some lower level parts purchased for this vehicle, and that is because when I got the R32 GTR, I used this vehicle to complete majority of the campaign. This car is completely overpowered and just absolutely insane. It's mind-boggling how good this vehicle actually is, especially if you pair it with a torque vectoring differential. Once you add that key component to the vehicle, it is absolutely unstoppable in my opinion. Well, when you fully upgrade a vehicle, you can actually take it around the hypercar parade and dominate against some of the fastest and most expensive cars in Gran Turismo 7. So to think that a classic 90s Japanese sports car can take down some of the modern supercars, well, that's just something that goes along with that GTR name. This is actually one of the reasons that this vehicle is so infamous both in Gran Turismo as well as in real life. Now in Gran Turismo, this car has had a very strong history, as it has been featured in every single game since Gran Turismo. Yes, since the first game, the Nissan Skyline R32 has not missed a game. That includes the PSP versions, Prologue. Every Gran Turismo game that has been released has featured the Nissan Skyline R32. This car has such a strong bond and legacy in both real life and in Gran Turismo. So to see it in Gran Turismo 7 and to see how it performs is a really good thing. To see that the legacy is still going strong. This car is such an icon both in game and in real life. So now let's take this iconic vehicle and see what it's capable of doing now once we fully upgrade it. Now the difference between the standard GTR and having it fully upgraded is honestly night and day. once we add that high RPM turbocharger and fully upgrade the engine, well, we fully awaken the beast. The car now produces 717 brake horsepower, straight outright doubling the power and then some. And that paired with us still removing 300 kgs from the vehicle, meaning that now the vehicle only weighs 1200 kgs. With the upgraded suspension as well, you can see we take corners absolutely flat out, something that was not possible in the standard vehicle. But that's why I love the upgrading capabilities in Gran Turismo 7. We take cars that can just have their potential unlocked once we start fully upgrading it. Now, something as small as suspension, even if you don't want to fully upgrade the vehicle, well, will change it completely. So the vehicle fully upgraded is an absolute handful, and something that you actually do need to watch out for is your braking. Now, with the car having so much more power and the braking system being upgraded, but it still feels like the brakes need to be a bit better, because even though you slam on the brakes, the car still struggles to slow down quite a bit. But once you get the hang of how the car performs, how it brakes, this car is such an amazing vehicle, because with the torque vectoring differential, you can turn how much percentage of power you want set between the front and the rear wheels. Now I just quickly set it over to have most of the power go to the rear wheels. This actually allows the R32 to step its back out and actually have a little bit of fun. So now we can have a tail happy R32 Skyline GTR. So in my opinion, this is my favorite Nissan Skyline. And I want to hear in the comment section from you, which is your favorite, the 32, 33, 34 and 35. Now, as I said, I'm going to be covering all of these cars in the upcoming week. So if you don't want to miss out on that, hit that subscribe button. So to wrap up and just summarize the Nissan R32, it is a super fun vehicle, super fast when it comes to even having a vehicle on racing soft. The car has so much grip, it has enough. It's practically like the sports hardware for the standard vehicle, because with this racing soft tires on, it still allows for some slippage if you have traction off, and the car is just so fun to take around corners. And even when it comes to straight line, you can see this vehicle propel well over 300 kilometers per hour. And then once you start adding nitrous into the equation, well, it's a whole nother deal. So if you want an absolute supercar destroyer and you want great 90s looks, well, look no further to the Nissan Skyline R32, and I'm quite keen to see how the R33 actually compares to it. So if you don't want to miss out on that, once again, hit that subscribe button, and guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, peace.